a little bit late.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have a PowerPoint or something, or should I just go for it?
I could pull up a PowerPoint. Give me 1 second. I'm going to leave and come back on because
I have it pulled up. I can do it.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to leave and come back because my screen is frozen.
Okay.
Okay. I think you need to allow me to share my screen so I can share my PowerPoint. Cool.
Yep, it should be enabled.
Well, I can just start by introducing myself. My name is Kelly Pretzer. I am a full-time attorney in the Clean Slate program at the San Francisco Public Defender's Office. So all I do all day is help people clean up their records in San Francisco. So I just want to touch on a few things. I know that there are kind of like some rumors sometimes about what kind of services you can have in San Francisco, and not all of them are true. So this goes for anyone who's here listening. If you know anyone who has had any contact with the police in San Francisco, even if they're not sure if the contact happened in San Francisco or San Mateo counties, we definitely encourage you to share information that we have, including the link, and have people just go ahead and apply. If you apply, then we can actually take a look at your record, look at your statewide record, and tell you where else you might have arrests or convictions that need to be cleaned up. So I definitely encourage anyone here and anyone watching this to go ahead and apply and to tell as many people as possible. We love the work that we do, so we want to have as much of it as possible all the time. So you can see on the screen, it says, what we do. I do just want to talk briefly about why we do what we do. So, we serve all types of people with all types of problems and try and solve those problems. We have had a bunch of clients who we do immigration vacatures for. So those are people who are facing immigration consequences because of a conviction that they have in San Francisco. We are able to put together a motion and work with the district attorney's office to basically make that conviction go away. And we have had a bunch of clients who were in deportation proceedings, and us filing this motion and them working with us literally kept them here and kept them in their jobs and kept them with their families, and being able to continue to support their families in the way that they wanted to. Just this week, I had a client call me and tell me that she had found out about family that she had in another country, was really excited, applied for a passport to go visit this family. I think she may have figured it out through one of those 23andMe, things, and connected with family she didn't know. And it turned out that she couldn't get her passport because of this case that had been pending since the 1980s. So I was either not alive or barely alive at the time that this woman picked up this case. She had no idea, that it was going to have this kind of consequence. And so we were really thrilled to be able to help her kind of achieve that dream of meeting her family. So that's why we do what we do. As you can see from the screen, we have a list of things that we're able to do. So we can seal arrest records. That means that even if you just had contact with the police and you're not sure if you were fully arrested or if you were just detained or something like that, we're able to see what happened, take a look, and we're able to seal that so that employers aren't able to use that arrest against you. It can look bad, right, on your arrest history, especially for employers who don't know what to look for. So we're able to get that sealed so that they can't see it at all. We also are able to get any convictions that you may have reduced or dismissed. So if you have a felony conviction, it's possible we'll be able to get it reduced to a misdemeanor and a misdemeanor to an infraction. And even for cases that you were convicted and served a sentence on, that includes probation and a state prison sentence, we are able in most cases to get those dismissed. I did talk about the vacatures for convictions affecting people's immigration status. For people who have had violent felonies or a lot of prison time, we may be able to help you with a certificate of rehabilitation. There is also a new kind of way that we do the sex offender registry system in California. It was just changed. And a lot of people may now be eligible to get off of the registry who wouldn't have been a couple of years ago. So we may be able to help people with that as well. And then also for people who have ever been the victim of human trafficking, if you were kind of forced to commit any kind of crime, not just prostitution, but anything where basically someone else was controlling you and forcing you to do that for profit, we may be able to get those convictions erased for you as well. So that's just kind of a summary of the things that we're able to do. Of course, it depends person to person, what's going to be on your record and what you're eligible for. So it's a quick process. You can see on the right, you can apply online. That's where we get the bulk of our applications. It's a simple application that you can fill out at that link. It alerts us and we're able to grab your San Francisco arrest history and your statewide arrest history so that we can help you identify the best services. And we're also available by phone, email, or you can mail things to our office. Our office is closed right now, but we're hoping once we open back up, we may have more in-person clinics. We serve anyone who has an arrest or a conviction in San Francisco. We may be able to help you with things, like I said, in other counties, sometimes for certificates of rehabilitation. If you've lived in San Francisco for a long time, we may be able to help you with things that actually occurred elsewhere. But again, if you're on the fence or you're not sure, just go ahead and apply and we'll figure it out for you and we'll at least set you on the right path. So that's the basics of what we do. Lana, could you scroll through just to the one-page application? So this is our application. This is all of the information that we need from you to be able to process your file and to help you in the best way that we can. All of this information is required. We need some of it to be able to get your records and be able to know how we can help you. And then we also need some of it for reporting. The contact information is really, really important. Even if you want to put down someone else's email address or an additional phone number, a family member or a friend, if you think it might be helpful, we'll take as many addresses, phone numbers, and email addresses that you feel comfortable giving us. And I do at least communicate with clients by phone, text, and email a lot because I think it helps the process and it gets a little more efficient. If you are comfortable using email and text for me to be able to get the documents we need and get your case rolling. So that's everything that we need from you. Most clients will not actually have to go to court. So usually I'm just appearing for you. I'll be in communication with you before. We may need something from you. A lot of the cases require that you have a personal statement, and we'll walk you through that. We have very detailed instructions about how to write that personal statement. The statement is required under the law. It's not just that we want you to do it or the judge wants you to do it. It's actually a legal requirement, and we'll absolutely spend the time to make sure that you have everything that you need in that personal statement. But most of the time you won't have to go to court, not even on Zoom. we'll send you the court orders showing all of the relief that we got for you. And you'll be on your way. And we're always available if something comes up later, or if there seems to be a problem with your arrest history or a job application or something like that, you can always contact us and we'll try and figure it out. So that's the basics. Anyone on my team think I forgot anything in particular? Okay.
No, you're pretty good at covering everything.
Oh, thank you. So yeah, those are the basics. And now, do we want to help people individually? I haven't been to one of these before. So we'd love to help you, people who are on, fill out the application. Also, one of us can get on the phone with you and fill out the application for you and turn it in ourselves if that's easier.
That would be fantastic. Since we have a small group today, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.
Okay.